Hi, my name's Britt with North Beach Windsurfing. Hey, you know, when people talk about foiling, they're like, how low can I get foiling? And yes, it's a matter of gear, how big the sail is and how big the front wing is. And yes, it does have to do with gear. There's also another component, and that's skills. And so there's this little skill called pumping that when you say that, people start glazing over and being like, oh, I can pump. There's some things that we can do to make pumping more efficient, or to make your sailing more efficient. It's just not for light air, longboard style pumping. This is actually designed to get you up foiling or to get you up planing, you know, quickly. If we're gonna break this down, we're gonna go ahead and talk about pumping. And there's three different motions here for a pump. First of all, we want to get the sail to come from straight up and down, bringing it back on top of us some, like this. So we're building up the pressure on the windward side this way and decreasing the pressure on the leeward side. And so there's this motion here. And the quicker we do this, the more the pressure builds on the windward side and the less the pressure builds on this. And that's what gets us foiling and or planing earlier. And so also, once we're doing that, when we're not foiling or not planing, the sail is a little more open. But once we're going, the sail closes, right? Because the apparent wind comes from more of the nose. So we have to sheet in. So we sheet in like this to take advantage of the apparent wind. And so when we pump, we also do that. We combine this motion with, at the end, we're sheeting in a little bit. So we're taking advantage of that forward motion that we've created to get going. So, you know, sometimes when we're foiling and we're foiling underpowered and we're trying to get going in super light winds, I would say under 10 knots, if we have a foil glide or something similar, you know, there's not much pressure in the wind. So what we also do is once we've brought the sail in and we've pumped this way and sheeted in more, what we can do is sling the sail forward as if we're steering downwind, and that builds some pressure. That pressure is now flowing across the sail, because in underpowered conditions, you're not getting the flow as quickly. So we're fooling the sail to get the pressure, to get that airflow across the sail. So now that we have those three motions, the question is, how do we use our body in the most energy efficient manner so we're not gassed at the end, we're not super tired? So when I watch people pump, you know, a lot of times people are doing this with their arms. They're using all their arms. And to be honest, like, I have these little thread arms, you know, and if this took Arnold Schwarzenegger type stuff, like, I wouldn't be able to do it, you know, like come on, guys. So really what we want to do is use more of our body. At the beginning, I'm sticking my bum out a little bit and my shoulders in. And so to get the sail to come over top of me, I'm putting my shoulders out, I'm leaning back a little bit, as well as bringing my hips in. So I'm becoming in the more powered 7 stance. And then I can do it again. So I'm not using my arms are staying straight. And then I can jet the sail forward, and I'm sheeting in by turning my body like this, and my arms are staying straight. And then I'm jetting the sail forward to build up that apparent wind. The more range of motion you have here, and the quicker this happens, the more explosive the pump is. And so if we can pump 3 or 4 times and get foiling or planing, then we're relaxed in the harness and we're going. So and as you're building that speed, the pumps get a little less in the range and sheeting in a little more. Typically, if I pump three or four times and it's not happening, and then I stop. Unless I feel like, oh, maybe one more pump and I'm going. If I'm not feeling that return, I'll stop and wait for a gust to come by. Because also you want to time the pumping with a gust so you can take advantage of that and you can get foiling earlier. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below, and we'll try and get back to you.